Martin Royce here from Royce on the Rails. Hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to Wachusett Station, and welcome to a slightly different and special episode of Royce on the Rails, where I look back at some live streaming that I did on Facebook back on my All Lines Challenge back in 2022. This is, can't really say it's never before seen to the public, because I think the posts were public in the first place, but this is the first time they've all been collated together in one video. It doesn't really go over and above what I did on the day itself, or the 2 days where I was traveling on the network, but it might give a little different insight to the places that I went, what I did, when I did it, how I did it, and if it's all for your enjoyment and amusement, that's all I want. So, this is going to be a 4-part series. There will be 2 videos for day 1, so two videos for day 2, and there's another one that I'm pondering whether or not to post because most of it was in the dark. You may recall that I was walking between Wellesley and Needham in order to complete day 1 of my trip, and it's basically a radio show, not really anything to see at 10 o'clock at night in February. So may or may not post that one, but there will be 4 videos in total. This being the first one, started out day 1, video 1, yours to enjoy. Thank you. For those of you who join me for this journey at any point, doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where, I don't care where you are in the world, I don't care who you are, but the journey begins now. And I'm currently at Reedville. 7:15 departure, it's currently 7:10 on the morning of Monday 28th of February 2022. And just to prove I'm not bluffing, here's Reedville. Yay! Mapping everything. Where are we on here? We are there. See that? See Reedville? Good. Ha. So, not much of an update first off here, but I have just completed my stretch on the Fairmount line. And not the Fairmount line, I'm about to go on the Fairmount line, the Franklin line, up as far as Reedville, all stations. I'm currently at Reedville, about to board the 7:15 service into South Station, where I'm going to get myself a much earned coffee. Now, Reedville is renowned for being somewhere where express trains go through, particularly Amtrak services and Acela Express services, but just before I started recording this, I saw one of our own go through. Can't get much of a picture down the line because of all this understandable safety precautions and wire and gridding, whatever you want to call it. But hello Kathy, morning. Wait, morning, no, afternoon. Good afternoon in Germany. Hello and good afternoon. And indeed, good afternoon in the United Kingdom. For those of you who are coming in from the United Kingdom, hello. I appreciate it's like 12:10, lunchtime, but it's breakfast time here. Not too hungry just now. I've got plenty of snacks and granola bars and such in my bag. But it's now 7:12, so I am going to get on board in a moment and get myself to South Station in Boston. Good morning as well to Heather. Good morning to... this is going to confuse me constantly when people are watching this. Good morning, Heather. Good afternoon, Adam. I love international privileges, it's great. Right. 7:15 to South Station. Currently 7:12. Yes, I am. I'm nuts. I'm nuts. But I love it. It's a crisp morning as well. It's a beautiful morning. And indeed a beautiful morning for a train ride. Soaking it all in and appreciating the small things of the brief breaks I'm getting this morning, because until I'm finished on the old colony lines, that being the Greenbush line, the Kingston line and the Middleborough Lakeville line, I'm going to be a pretty busy bee. So check-ins on that count might be few and far between. And hello to the ICC. Hello everyone. I can't keep up whether or not you're in the ICC now, but I'm sure you are. So yeah, anyone in the OCC, anyone in my former workplace, in train planning, performance, control centre at Chiltern Railways, customer service, all you guys, love you. You're great. I miss you. But these are my trains now, the purple ones. Look at them. Look, they're magnificent, aren't they? They are magnificent. So is this journey. 7:14. Let's get the show on the road. Catch you up in a bit. Here we are, South Station. South Station. And the glare of the sun, and the T symbol, and the Federal Reserve Bank, for those of you curious and interested. This is such a familiar sight to me. It's where I start my walk to work from the station. And indeed, just over there, where you see that tallest building, the very, very tallest building you see there, my office is right opposite. So, quick update with how we're going so far. We departed Forge Park 495 station at 6:16 by my count. I will verify that when I get back into the office on Wednesday and look at the exact record from our logging system. But all stops have been taken on the Franklin line up as far as Reedville. The other ones along that stretch, Hyde Park, Ruggles and Back Bay, will be taken in due course by other services across the next day or two. The Franklin line then was Franklin line, Fairmount line. That was all good, all ready to go. And now it's what time are we on at the moment? 7:56, so 8:05. My next one along to Greenbush, and on we so go. Hello, wife. Hi. The hello husband note is my wife. Hi, wife. Hi, bro. It's so, I can't get over how beautiful the morning this is. It's fantastic. It's cold. My hands are cold, but take the rough and smooth. I'm going to head back in a moment and get on board the Greenbush train. The coffee didn't happen, not right now anyway, because the line at Dunkin' was huge, the line at McDonald's was huge, the line everywhere was huge, even the independent ones. So there's me thinking everyone's coming in and thinking, oh crap, I need a coffee. And look what they did, they got a coffee. So I'm going to wait my turn. I'm not tired or anything, I just wanted a coffee. Well, that's not happening right now. Anyway, let's go back inside and then go back outside to get on a train. Well, it's fun. Oh, it's going to read backwards for you, but I'll narrate for you just for a moment for your entertainment and informative value. This 1898 head house was designed by Shepley, Rutten and Coolidge, the successor firm to H.H. Richardson, and is the earliest and last remaining example of the classical revival style of railway architecture in Boston. Did you like that? I did. That's fun. That's interesting. Right. Train number 3 coming up. See you in a bit. We're live again. I've just gone to Dunkin' to get myself a coffee that I wasn't able to get at South Station, and behold, the glorious brownish coloured liquid that caffeinates people the country over. Now, that just sounds like the advertising slogan that Dunkin' would use if they were British, because America runs on Dunkin' is not wrong. They're not wrong at all. But it's certainly fair to say New England is absolutely stuffed without Dunkin'. Welcome to Greenbush. And my apologies for all of these being mirrored. I don't know if there's a way of flipping around the selfie camera to show things the right way on Facebook Live. I mean, what I can do is this, and then do this, and be like, haha, Duncan, Greenbush, now everything's the right way around, and then I do that, and it suddenly isn't again. I think. So, for the time being, you can have this at least. Greenbush. Frank M. Hines Station, and now you can have my face again. It is a deceivingly cold day, and I feel like I'm monologuing personally to you, Heather, right now. Which is fun. I kind of like it that way. It's nice. It's somewhat personal. It's humbling. Exactly, yes, that's what I'm thinking. About an hour and a half behind schedule on that. But yes, Kel, I did it. I actually got it. With oat milk, of course. Kel always wondered why I'm such an aficionado for oat milk. Never quite got her to come on board with it. I am, though. And speaking of on board, I'm going to get on board in a moment, because let me just check the time again. 9:20. Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes until we depart, and my hands are well and truly freezing. So I'm going to head back on board, and I'm going to update my GoPro, which is in my pocket, offload all the videos I've done on that so far for the record attempt, because obviously Guinness will need some kind of proof, major proof at that. If I'm going to be going 132 stations in 2 days, they need to see me at all these stations, so hopefully I'm going to give them enough evidence to prove that. For now, a bit of admin work, bit of coffee, bit of relaxation for once. And that's the benefit of this line, because the hard bit of the day now, the really hard bit, the intensive snapping, videoing if you will, is actually over. Because the stretch from Quincy through to Middlesbrough, which is my next run, is shorter than what I just did there between South Station and Greenbush. Then when I get back to Braintree to Kingston's short as well. So nothing really massively intensive now for a while. So I'm going to make the most of it. I'll check back in shortly. Cheerio. Brought to you by Duncan. America runs on. Gareth, you got me just in time. I'm getting back on the train now, so I'm about to end this live feed. But America runs on Duncan, and I should just scribble that out and say Royce. I'll grab a pen, and I'm going to put Royce runs on Duncan. Certainly true today. See you in a bit. Made it. Middlesbrough Lakeville. Park and pay using pay by phone? Nope, because I ain't driving today. I'm very gladly taking the train here, there, and everywhere. And I really have picked the most magical day to do it. This is a lovely trip so far. This station is eerily similar, I think, if I remember rightly, to Abington Station, which you'll see later on. Now, I came here with my colleague James a few months ago. This setup looks incredibly similar. Like, I know a lot of stations look similar, I get that. But this is weird. This is incredibly close to it. Like, even the size of the parking lot, I seem to remember there being apartment buildings over there. Like here we are. I may be wrong. I probably am wrong. It's just a weird case of deja vu. It really is. But never mind that. We made it here. So now we've got the 4th line ticked off. The only, not downside, the only bad thing I've had so far on this trip is that there was a slight corruption in the video file when I was at Braintree. But that's not too much of a problem, because I'll be changing trains at Braintree after I've been here. So I will at least be able to log that I've made it to Braintree, set foot on Braintree, and qualified it as part of all said record attempts that I will be making. So I thought I would just check in quickly now. I've got about 20 minutes here again, but the difference between there and here is that there is a, like, as the crow flies, there's a McDonald's and a couple of other food outlets over there, but you can't get that side of the track, so you'd have to go the long way round to get there, up through the parking lot. You just about make out up there, you'd go up that ramp, then back along over there, and it just would take a little too long to get there. Not that I'm too hungry at the moment, that's all right. I'm in no rush, no panic. So I'm going to hold off on the food for the time being and take it from there. So I think I'm just going to get back on the train and relax, honestly, this time round. This is plenty of time. Oh, here's the station board. I can actually do a few promo shots or such for our marketing department. They kindly asked if I could log this as well, a little bit my own way. Hello, Auntie Janet, and hello, Simon. Good afternoon to you both. Good afternoon from Middlesbrough Lakeville station. That's Middlesbrough Lakeville, and not, as I've been saying on my GoPro logs, not Middlesbrough and Lakeville. It's Middlesbrough Lakeville, much in the same way that it's Holbrook Randolph, not Holbrook and Randolph. It's Weymouth Landing East Braintree, not Weymouth Landing and East Braintree. I didn't write the rules. I didn't write the station names either. But still glad to be here at Middlesbrough Lakeville. Like, what do there are no stations, as far as I'm aware. I cannot think off the top of my head of any station that has an ampersand in the name. And it's just like Haddenham and Tame Parkway. Those of you who are savvy with Chiltern Railways and the local area, I mean, I grew up in Bicester. Next station along was Haddenham and Tame Parkway. It's got an ampersand in it. It's just so natural, so normal. And now I'm talking about ampersands on my Facebook Live, so I'm keeping it a little bit off topic. But that's what time to kill means. But in turn, that means I can go and relax. And you know what? I've never paid attention to this on the side of trains before. It actually tells you on the outside which carriages have the toilet facilities. I've been riding these for nearly a year. Like 3 times a week. And I didn't know that. Not spotted it. Anyway, 15 minutes to go until I leave. So, I'm going to go and warm back up. More updates in due course. And hello, Auntie Janet. Mwah. I will speak to you all in a bit at Braintree. That's my next change. And from Braintree, I'll be going down to Kingston. Toodaloo. May I show appreciation and love, please, for these. Not just any old Pop-Tart. We're at Kingston, by the way. Hello. Aldi own brand Pop-Tarts. They are magnificent. They're just like the real thing. This here. Not this. This is... First things first, pardon me. One thing that I love, not just about these stations, but about America in general. There are so many places that you would otherwise consider to be urbanized and yet sound so quiet. And I appreciate the enthusiasm there, James. Thank you very much. How many E's? Let me count them. 7. 7 E's. Wouldn't mind 7 Pop-Tarts. I've got 1. Well, 2. They're coming back to 2, obviously. There's no food channel, don't worry. But it is blissful. It's absolutely blissful here. We're only like 2 miles or so from the coast. We're right by Plymouth. Whose station, for those savvy ones who have had a look at MBTA commuter rail maps of both past and present, will note that Plymouth is indeed on them. But it's not currently served. It's just Kingston in this locality that is currently served, and therefore Plymston is not a place. Plymouth doesn't count in this record run. Now, if Plymouth were to reopen, then it would, and any attempt after that, and indeed for any other station or any new line, we've got lines to Fall River and New Bedford getting opened in the not too distant future. But what it means is any other runs after this, if there is another station that reopens or changes, then it will supersede this run. Now, obviously, I will be the one to go for the first run to do it all again, because this has been great fun so far. I'm only a few hours in the grand scheme of things. There's me with the Pop Tart all gone. One thing I've noticed, I can't remember exactly where it was. I think it was on the, I think it was Bridgewater. It was at Bridgewater. Let me flip the camera around for you. Wind turbines. And yet there was one that I saw that had T branding on it, which suggests that it's power for the T. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Probably isn't. But maybe think. That's a cool idea. Imagine if third rail or overheads were powered by wind power. That'd be amazing. Maybe certain ones already are. Maybe some countries and some localities are so 22nd century that they've gone and done it already. Now, this, of course, is a diesel railway, but still a cool thought, and I saw it. But just makes you think, and that's what I love about train travel. Even if it is a diesel railway, it gets cars off the road, and I don't mind driving. In fact, in America, I quite like it, but I still don't prefer it over and above taking a train somewhere. I just love taking the trains places because it's win-win-win. You get to relax the whole journey, everything. Once you're on board, you're done. Just relax. It's more fuel efficient if it's a nicely packed train, and it's timely, it's fast. People forget how quick train travel is, because even if it doesn't get you exactly to your door, it's a very handy mode of transport because it skips everywhere else. It goes where roads can't, and I love that concept. I love that trains can do what cars can't. Just a matter of fact. You wouldn't see a train on the road and you wouldn't see a car on the rails. So they're two neighbours who coexist, knowing full well that you can't really go on each other's tracks. Well, no, not each other's tracks, because started to ramble. Being philosophical about trains going on roads, which is actually a terrifying thought. Not going to happen, thankfully. I'll take this opportunity as well, if I may, to ask those of you who do watch this, have watched any or all of my footage so far today, and again, thank you, genuinely, sincerely, for those of you who have done. But if you see fit to share these messages, these ramblings, these little updates that I showcase from all across Massachusetts, that being Kingston, Massachusetts, not Kingston, Rhode Island. Although we do go to Rhode Island tomorrow, Wickford Junction. But yeah, no. Well, I mean, I guess it is post coffee, but I had that coffee about 9, and it's long gone 9 now. You'd imagine the coffee's well out of my system. Hope it is. But yeah, if you see fit to, then I would appreciate a share or 2 or 3 or 12, however many, whoever. I don't care who, I don't care what the outreach is, but if I can do my bit to highlight this railroad and highlight how fantastic it is, and I'll stand on the hill with that. I love it. I love trains, but I love these trains especially. Then share it with your wider world. Why don't you? That'd be lovely. Alan. Evening. I can say evening now. I'm getting the hang of this. I now am starting to think 5 hours ahead for the benefit of those who are 5 hours ahead of me, or more. Because I know Kathy was watching earlier on, and she'll be 6 ahead in Germany. So, this is fine. This is going okay. But the training question that I just got off of here, you may or may not be able to make it out in the distance. It's just gone down there for a routine brake test or otherwise mechanical check, and it'll be in relatively shortly. So when it is back in, I'm going to board it straight away again, because as has been the case all day today, and indeed will be for the rest of the day, and probably tomorrow as well, it's cold. My hands are cold, and the trains are nice and warm. So I'm going to put my phone away now for a bit, put my hands in my pockets, keep them warm, and then toasty back up when I get on the train. And when I say toasty, I don't mean toasted Pop-Tarts. Here's a straw poll question for you. Do you prefer your Pop-Tarts warm or cold, in the toaster, or just as they are? Let me know. See you in a bit.